Everyone dreams of meeting their soulmate. Everyone dreams of having a happy ever after, just like Cinderella. But in most cases, this is not the case. Hi, my name is Pearl. Welcome back. Today I'm talking about signs your relationship is making you depressed. Now, one of the first signs your relationship is making you depressed is when there is a presence of abuse in that relationship. Abuse in relationship is one of the great factors that causes depression in your relationship. This is because there are various kinds of abuse. You have emotional, you have physical, you have verbal, you have financial abuse, you have different kinds of abuse. And when abuse is emotional, it's very difficult to detect because there is no physical evidence. You don't have bruises, you don't have cuts to show that this person is abused. And it plays a lot on your mental state. Thus, when you are experiencing abuse in your relationship, it's very easy for you to experience depression in that relationship. You should learn to value your time and to know that you don't seek validation and love from another person. You need to love yourself first before you can open up for another person to love you in return. Another sign that you may be your relationship is making you depressed is when communication has broken down completely. Communication is a very vital ingredient in every relationship, whether it is intimate relationship or relationship with your parents, relationship with your friends, whatever relationship you're having, communication is very vital and is very important. Because if you can't communicate, then the relationship is going to crumble because the other person does not understand you. Now, when your partner deliberately stonewalls you, ignores you, does not respond to you, and keeps you in the dark, it kind of plays with your psychology, and it puts you in a mental state. It puts you in a place where you don't understand what is going on anymore, and it may just be a sign because not even the fact that it may be a sign, it's obviously going to lead to depression because you find yourself trying to find out what is happening and not knowing what is happening, not even having the opportunity to talk about it. It definitely is going to lead to depression, and it's a sign that your relationship is making you depressed. Another sign your relationship is making you depressed is when you cannot remember the last time you laughed as a couple. I mean, relationships are supposed to be fun. Relationships, your partner is that one person you can talk to about anything. I mean, that's how it should be, though. But some relationships are not like that. Your partner is a person you want to gist with, you want to hang out with, you want to tell him how your day was, and all those little things. The person you have inside jokes with, and all of that. But if you cannot remember the last time you actually laughed as a couple, you actually had fun as a couple, then there is a problem. It could be your relationship is making you depressed. Another sign your relationship is making you depressed is when you feel stuck and you know it's not working. You feel stuck in that relationship, though you know it's not working. You cannot come out of it. You are not happy in it. It's just a clear sign that your relationship is making you depressed. Because who wants to be in a relationship where they are not happy? If your relationship is making you feel like you're suffocating, like you need to breathe, you're gasping for air, it means that the relationship is toxic, and it's obviously going to lead to depression. Another sign your relationship is making you feel depressed is when you're having suicidal thoughts. And trust me, this is not just that there are people who have suicidal thoughts who are not in relationships. There are people who have family issues that are causing them to have suicidal thoughts. There are people who have their different problems that are causing them to have suicidal thoughts. But when these suicidal thoughts begin when you started that when they begin when you started that relationship, or when you start a relationship and now you start having suicidal thoughts, it's just an indication that your relationship could be making you depressed. It's left for you to take a breather, to take a step back and look again into that relationship. How is your relationship? Is it toxic? Does your partner appreciate you? Do you feel lifted? Do you feel loved in that relationship? Else, it's just a clear sign. And you have to understand that Suicidal thoughts come with a sense of hopelessness. You no longer have faith in the future. So if you're having suicidal thoughts when you got into that relationship, it means that your love life is killing you and it's not a healthy place to be in. Another sign your relationship is making you depressed is when you have health issues. For instance, you just rapidly lose weight, and this everybody would want to lose weight. I mean, everybody who feels like they want to lose weight and is losing weight will feel very happy about that. But if you start losing weight immediately or months after you got into a relationship, it's an indication that you should take a step back and look at that relationship again. It could be the cause of your rapid weight loss. On the other side, when you get into a relationship and after some time you rapidly gain weight, it could also be a factor of depression. Most people being ill when they are depressed, and if it's not other health issues related, if it's not if you don't have other health issues that could be causing you to gain or to lose weight, then look at your relationship because it may be making you depressed. Another sign your relationship is making you depressed is when you lose your self-esteem. And I'm talking about self-esteem here based on the fact that you were somebody who had, a great self-esteem before that relationship, and when you get into a relationship, all of a sudden you start losing your sense of or your self, you start losing your confidence. You no longer have self-worth. It could be that your partner brings you down, he criticizes you a lot, or he or she criticizes you all the time. They make you feel inferior, they make you feel like you're not worth anything. It could play a lot on your self-esteem. So if you realize that you're going through these symptoms in your life and your partner is not helping matters, it just simply shows that you're in a toxic relationship. Another sign your relationship is making you depressed is when your partner brings you down, like I said, all the time. You're afraid of them, you feel like you're walking on eggshells around them. When they call you, you are scared. When you see their calls, you're scared of them coming back home. It's just a sign that your relationship is making you depressed. So, how do you come out of a relationship that is making you depressed? You have to ask yourself, I mean, you just need to sit yourself down and ask yourself very serious questions. You have to ask yourself, is my relationship making me depressed? Am I happy in my relationship? Is my relationship making me depressed? And you also have to understand that it's not an issue of asking the question. Asking yourself that question is not the issue. The problem is, are you going to be able to answer that question, these questions, honestly? Will you be honest about it? And when you discover that your relationship is making you depressed, what are you going to do about it? Because denial is a mental block that can prevent you from actually focusing or from actually seeing the reality of something. And most people in relationships are living in denial. They actually, it's evident that this is what is happening, but their minds have been blocked so much so that they don't want to accept that it's actually happening to prevent themselves from getting hurt. Now, relationship depression is very easy to spot, especially when physical abuse is involved. Like I said before, it's very easy to spot. And the issue now is, what do you do when you realize that your relationship is making you depressed? One thing I'd advise you to do is to change your environment. And changing your environment is just a temporary something. If you're having relationship depression, you can seek medical help, you can seek counseling from a certified counselor, you can take drugs. There are drugs, antidepressants that are prescribed medically. Not just, you don't just go and get off the counter drugs. No, you are counseled, you see a certified counselor, and then they prescribe you these drugs. But all these things are just temporary. If you actually want to get to the root of the matter, and you realize that it's a relationship that is causing these issues, then the only solution is changing your partner. I mean, there's a lot out there for you. And I just want to say this, that if you're watching me right now and you're having suicidal thoughts because of a relationship, trust me, you are loved. I'm not just saying this as a motivational speech or a motivational something. Just know that you are loved. You are appreciated. You are beautiful. I love you. And just give yourself a hug for me. Okay? And above all, God loves you. And He loves you just the way you are. He created you in His image, after His likeness. No man should tell you otherwise. No man should tell you otherwise. You are beautiful. You are handsome. You deserve to live. You don't deserve to take your life because of another human being. Because nobody is worth it. Get out from that relationship. It's going to hurt like hell. Trust me, I know. I've been there. It's definitely going to hurt like hell. Sometimes you may feel like your wall is crumbling. You may feel like your heart is literally breaking. You may feel like you are not going to see the next day, but it gets better with time. And with time, you're going to realize that it's worth more than being on eggshells. It's worth more than feeling, being in fear, living in fear. It's worth more than anything. No matter how much they threaten you, you can report to the police. You can seek help from your family because they love you. But nobody's worth taking your life for. Depression is real. Mental illness is real. Let's take our life seriously. And above all, let's put our trust in God, our hope, because He's the only person that can guarantee. You may be watching me right now and feel like God is so far away. We all go through those phases in our lives. You are not alone. God loves you. I love you. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel and I'll see you in my next video. Have an amazing, amazing day.